Hi Cancer, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for January 15th through February 14th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Free People Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Cancer. What do we got here? What's your harsh truth? What is your harsh truth? Whoopsie. Damn it. That was messy. 6 of Swords. Good for you. Progress. King of Swords. 2 of Swords. Good gracious. 2 of Swords. 7 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. So this could be Gemini. This could be Taurus. Knight of Wands, Leo. Page of Wands. All right, let me get the little guys here. Okay. All right. So it looks like you both want the same thing. Okay, what's this king? But that's the thing. You both are glad that it's over, and you're both looking to a future without each other. Is that okay? What's this King of Swords about? Good gracious, what's this King of Swords for Cancer? Could be Gemini. High Priestess. Okay, so that's Pisces or Cancerian. What's this 2 of Swords about for Cancerian? 2 of Swords. Let's see. King of Pentacles. Could be Virgo. Okay. What's this 7 of Wands about? All right, Cancer. And there we have it. All right, you both have the same opinion of each other. You're both hurt. Nobody's making the first move. And this is, for all intents and purposes, you're both standing there with your arms crossed staring at each other, if you're even in communication. But it looks like you are, and this could be, you know, months, several months old. You're still kind of trying to figure things out and really get to the bottom of, I think you're trying to work through some things, so your focus is internal, and understand what and why and how it happened, and have a really good working understanding of the dynamic of this. You're really kind of trying to get to the bottom of this. Your person is done with it. They're just not talking at all. You're actively seeking information. You're actively wanting to figure out what happened and why, and your person is not. They just are kind of doing their own thing, and they don't plan on doing anything about this. They aren't really giving it any thought. Both of you are hurt. What's this Knight of Pentacles? This Knight of Pentacles. Page of Wands. What's this Knight of Wands? So we got Page of Wands twice here. What's this Knight of Wands? Page of Swords. Oh, good gracious. All right. Here's the thing. Let's be honest. For the Cancers that I'm reading for, you might still be carrying a torch for your person, but you're not budging. Good. Don't. And in the meantime, while you might be, let's be honest, waiting, not really hopeful, but just on the off chance that they were to come back and apologize, you'd be like, well, thank you. Who knows where that would lead? But you're still feeling like they need to kind of make something up to you, or that it would be really nice if they recognized all that you did for them and kind of came to terms with it and was like, I'm really sorry, and can I make this up to you, or I shoulda, woulda, coulda, that sort of thing. Because let's be honest, what's done is done. You know it. It's been a while now. But there's still, I think, that part of you, because you're really doing a deep dive on this for yourself, and I think there's part of you that wants to there's a whole lot going on behind the scenes that nobody else knows about, that you're not even talking about, but you've been really, oh my gosh, I forgot I had that on. You've been really kind of actively plumbing the depths here. Not many know that, but I think the wish is that, you know what, you did a lot for and in this relationship, and the fact that this person just is able to move on without giving that a second thought, I think that might deep down still be kind of a sore spot. And while you're actively doing your own thing and pursuing your own prosperity and success and long view on things and all that, there's part of you that still might want to hear from them about, like, hey, I get it now. I get why you did what you did for the relationship, and I just want you to know I appreciate it. Doesn't have to be an I'm sorry. Doesn't have to be an attempt at reconciliation. You just, it's almost like somebody atoning. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I get it now. I'm sorry. That's it. I think at this point, that's for the Cancers that I'm reading for. At this point, you would be like, thank you. You know what I mean? What's this Page of Wands about? What's this Page of Wands about? But the reality of it is, yeah, we got the Knight of Wands twice here. The reality of it is your person is up and running and they're not thinking about this. They stopped thinking about this at a certain point when they were able to make it more about what fit how they wanted to see it, I guess. And they haven't really given it a second thought. You both had broken hearts over this. You both were pretty broken up over this at the time. You did a deep dive. They stopped because they didn't want to feel anymore. They didn't like it. They were over it. They were done with it. They just want their life back the way it was, to be back in control. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, or King of Swords, doing what they want to do when they want to do it. They want control back. They want freedom back. They want just to be able to have life on their terms back again, especially after this. What's this Page of Wands about? Cancerian. Six of Wands. All right. So, very unexpectedly so, they could reach out, but I don't think it's about them reaching out. It'd be nice if they were like, hey, I just want you to know because this could be a win-win. This could technically be a win-win, but I think what this is they have like fled the scene. They just kind of were like, okay, well, that's it. I'm not thinking about this anymore. The jerk broke my heart. The jerk Cancer broke my heart or whatever. And that's all and from now on, I'm going to live life on my terms. And I'm up and running and going and doing. And, I'm not letting anything grow under my feet. And I'm going to not plant roots and go out and do the things all the time. And just trying to get as much distance and awareness from this as possible. Not awareness, distance from this as possible. And as little awareness, or just, they're done. They're done with it. They're done thinking about it. They're done whatever. You, this is actually works in your favor because you're just going to keep moving on and moving on. And everything else about your life is up and running and good. And maybe that's why you have nothing but time to think about this, because for the Cancers that I'm reading for, the rest of your life is solid. Prosperity, longevity with your career, your job, everything is in flow right now. But whatever this is with your person, you kind of did a deep dive on it, and you kind of really wanted to understand the dynamics so that you don't have to repeat it again. And while you might still think that, okay, you know what, they should have come back by now and been like, I'm really sorry, I this or that or whatever, or just acknowledged my effort and all that I did for the relationship, and how could they just walk away from me and us like that, and just, that was really crappy. But at the same time, I think you deep down also know that how unrealistic that is for your person, and that you're just, it's a win-win, because I hate to say good riddance to bad garbage or whatnot. They weren't garbage, but this is just weighing you down. But you've been thinking about it for a while, and you should, because you don't want to repeat the same mistakes. You're really trying to own what's yours and leave the rest behind, and just go, okay, well, as you should be. So you're really trying to make something solid out of this. You're really intent on making this make you better, which you should be. Good for you. What else for Cancer? Don't let anything keep you down. Things happen and you move through them. It's a life lesson, not a sentence. What else for Cancerian? Golly. 1, 2, 3. 3 knights of wands. Good gracious. Movement. I like it. Look at this. 6 of wands there. Knight of wands here. 6 of wands, Knight of wands. Nice. So this, honestly, you've got nothing but time now to heal and kind of ride this wave of stability and prosperity in your life. Oh yeah, I'm getting over this. And it's not that you're getting over it. This is like the dregs of it. But I think now is a time where you're in a secure place, so you can really kind of do a deep dive and go, okay, you know what? In the future, I'm going to do this, that, and the other. I'm going to not do this. I'm going to listen to my intuition. I'm going to do these things differently. And I'm not going to rush in so quickly. And I'm not going to get swept away. And I'm not going to, all of that. But that's okay. That's the awareness that comes out of it afterwards. It's good that you're thinking that. You don't want to live this unexamined. You don't want to go through this again. That's for darn sure. That's for Cancerian. That's for Cancerian. Oh, yay. Okay, yay. Transformation. Because that's what I was hoping for, is that this really was about you turning this into a win-win. You know what I mean? Because you got all this movement, and you got this intent and this will and this drive, and good. And yet then you've got this 2 of Swords, and you got the High Priestess, and it's like there's still that something there that is kind of being left, not unexamined, but just there's still that sore spot, you know? Can't not be after the relationship, right? Especially how significant this one was. So good. And this is you taking the reins, quite literally, and actively pursuing the transformation, the understanding, the deeper meaning, trying to get to the bottom of it, wanting clarity and wanting to get to the truth, what feels right, wanting to finally be settled with it. Doesn't mean you'd ever go back to this person if they reached out and said they're sorry. It'd be nice if they kind of owned up to it. And you might think that that's the missing piece, but it's not. It's just you. It's you doing the baby steps, negotiating with the ending, and then you get a little further awareness, and then this is you moving through it. This is not you wishing for a return. You know that's not going to happen. You're just wanting some clarity and peace, and instead of letting the sadness kind of overtake you or getting emotional or melancholy about it, you're really trying to stay vigilant and just let logic and intuition, honestly, this is logic and intuition guiding you. Logic and intuition seeing you through this, carrying you through. And then let's not forget the Knight of Wands and all that momentum. Holy cow. Transformation is happening. And I liked it. I have to say I like it too because, and I mentioned earlier, it's like, well, you got nothing but time. I didn't mean that the way it sounded. What I meant was, well, I think you know. All things considered, the rest of your life is going really good. So the fact that this is what you've been kind of musing over and thinking about, pretty cool that you're not like, oh, I got to get the roof fixed and my car just broke down and this and that. Everything else is pretty okay. Could be better, could be worse, but you're not worried about imminent issues with other things. Everything else is kind of on autopilot right now and you're in a really good place. What else for Cancerian? Four of Swords. No, yeah. Oh, 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords twice. Yay. And 4 of Swords. Yeah. That's that transformation, moving through it, really wanting to understand, letting logic and intuition guide you, and just wanting to get out of these emotional, just get clarity on those emotional issues and kind of clean up the last dregs of it. And right now you're in repose or respite. You're not in an active stance as far as wanting to pursue anything else. You're kind of, we got the Knight of Wands here, but you're kind of this is where you're active, is doing the deep dive on it and wanting to understand. But the rest, everything else is kind of on autopilot. And this sort of deep dive has made you not withdraw, but just kind of take a breather from a lot of other activities. This is downtime. This is active downtime, if that makes sense. You might spend a lot of time by yourself in solitude, thinking about this, wanting to process this, doing things that are like quietly meditative, like it's almost like, you know, staying at home and kind of doing your own thing and finding joy and like doing the little things, because it's peaceful and it clears your mind and it helps you think, that sort of thing. That's what this is. Moving through it, wanting to get to the bottom of it, not wanting to get swept away by emotion, keeping yourself busy, but you're kind of removed from any conflict, social, spontaneity, all that. This is a very kind of solitary, independent time where you are definitely creating momentum, but it's for the purpose of getting through and getting past something. And it's kind of like this private journey you're on, like this private intuitive journey. And it's partly because you're pretty diligent about it, and it could be you're very private about it too, because you're really plumbing the depths here, and it's just not something you talk about with other people, because they'd be like, well, oh, you're still on that, or oh, you know what I mean? No. Your process is your own. You get to do you. So you're on the right track. Keep doing you. Keep moving forward. This is all awareness that will serve you in the future. So good for you. And just be patient, because you are healing. You're moving through this. You're good. Okay, so I thank you for stopping by, Cancer. Good for you for honoring yourself and moving through this and being active about trying to figure it out and get to the bottom of it and not pushing yourself. And I'm very glad that everything else is pretty stable for you. Honestly, that's been a while since it's been like that, so I'm glad for that. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Love to you this next coming month, January and February. Thank you for stopping by. You take care.